So, oh, baseball is over. Football is taking its full effect, so they could be doing like the teams who's going to be going to the finals. So there is definitely communication, but somebody talking in circles and somebody is like, nah, I need you to hurry up and get to the point of this. And whatever the point of it is about what is being talked about, because it's like somebody could be talking to their cousin, because I was like, because I know in our folks, they like to be like, what's this about? Kinfolk. So somebody could be talking to they folks from like southern states, and it's like, cause like, yeah, I can help you with that or whatever, but what's all this about? Whatever. And then it's like people could be asking like, who can get off on something, like somebody like to watch whatever they was promised. They want to live the life of reality TV stars, or dress how they see reality TV stars or some shit like that. Or somebody could be like looking at somebody and just trying to figure out if they can just like dress somebody up, or or they looking to dress up what it is that they said. Somebody said is saying some shit that it's just like, nah, I need you to hurry up and get to the fucking point. That's really what it is. It's like somebody like telling somebody, no, get to the point. Cause it's like, how like you be listening to people and it's like you lean in like, uh-huh. But get to the point though. Somebody felt they missed something in the conversation before. Somebody trying to lure somebody in with sex. And they feel like, well, shit, if this is going to be the only way for me to get it, but it's like, that's petty. If this is a man approaching whoever the fuck this is, it's like, all right, give me top then. Give me top then. And it's like, petty. Okay, somebody is petty. Somebody's name could start with a T. Timothy. Somebody could be from Tennessee, because I ain't ever heard that. I haven't heard the name Greco since I knew a kid in my French class when I lived in Tennessee. His name was Greco. I don't know how the fuck I remember that name, but somebody must be talking to somebody in Nashville or somewhere in Tennessee. So somebody asked a favor from somebody from like a senator or somebody that could pull like a federal investigation or in depth, because most of the time they don't do background checks like that unless you're going into the military or you're doing a federal government job. So somebody literally going through somebody's life, like, who did you know in eighth grade? Did you know this person? You remember them? Like somebody, I feel like somebody face stays the same, but it's just like the only thing that's changing is just like different things. I don't know. Because that song is screaming loud. There's a meeting in my bedroom. Silk. I remember going to that concert in Silk. That was 97. That was like 1996, 1997. Like I said again, that concert was around on the military base, on a military installation, but it was also done that had like a 2 or 3 day series where they did it at the Great Plains, and then they did one in like Wichita or some shit like that, Dallas, and then it was like on a military base for some military people. So we could have been at Fort Sill, or we could have been over there at Fort Hood. But Silk, Destiny's Child, and it was like another group, and then one more person that just showed up that was like the opening. But that was like around the time when they was doing like the biggest traffic scheme around the time, and they was, ugh. I don't know why people bringing up like old shit. Is oh, that's what somebody's saying is old shit, but the old shit is a current situation that is occurring. If it wasn't old, why would someone be bringing it up? Also, someone learning a valuable lesson. This is like in 2019, like right before James left, he said some honorary ass shit. That's why I was like, damn, for Veronica to link up with them motherfuckers, I was like, did you forget that he was trying to accuse you of touching on the kids when they needed a bath? And I was trying to talk to him, and he was like, that's why Veronica over here touching on the kids and shit. And I was like, ugh. Like, why the fuck would you take up, you go collaborate with any of them motherfuckers? And the fact that he said that shit, I'm 100% sure he either went back to say that shit to Kiara went back to tell Sheila, and then when it was time for them to work with you and shit like that, they seen the benefit. You was finished with school. Like, that was just like the perfect opportunity. Like when I be doing my best to put people on track, it's like it's not without a cause. I swear to God, like motherfucker, you can leave tomorrow after I put you on to some shit. You can leave tomorrow. It ain't gonna hurt me fucking nothing. Just shit. Just be real. Be straightforward with whatever it is that the intent is. Like I can give two fucks about what you do, and motherfucker, oh you do, oh you get down like that. I would be the first one. Oh, okay, cool, my bad. Let me skedaddle. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't ain't no apology. You doing what you doing. It's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? It's something going on with this type of conversation where this truth is coming to the surface, and somebody pussyfooting around the situation. Somebody's name could be Rhonda. Barclays, or some shit like that. Marcalades or some shit like that. Spanish people be having hood ass names too. Bitch, how you say your name, bitch? This is more crazier than an African Zulu motherfucking from the tribes of the back tribes. That's why I be telling Spanish motherfuckers from certain countries, y'all are Negroes. Y'all fucking names be more complicated than the fucking black names. Okay, we know that it's Bonquisha, that's Tatalicious. You just gotta look at the hibernations and the siphons and all that other shit. But motherfucker, how you say your name? So we done hooked up Mario names with Laisha and y'all motherfuckers just no shade. It's just to say it. Shit, Indian motherfuckers from India, they be having hood ass names too. Be like, your name is Jamal. Yeah, well, you just gotta know my name is not Cher. Not who? Motherfucker, that's somebody's name you will hear from the projects. Oh, no, my name is Shakita. Bitch, it's Shakita. Never mind. I digress. Because somebody really just trying to play like this proper thing of like status or some shit like that. It's like trying to pull high class, low class, middle class shit, but then trying to pull rank of educated versus non-educated. But shit, when they want to go ahead and go to the club, now you want to be hood. Don't be pretend hood when the hood shit start coming to the surface. This is like fucking kids coming from high class society, and then the hood bug shit started to pop off, and then you gotta act like you gotta be on some real trench baby type shit, and then you forgot, well, no, my parents baby, ain't no buying your way out once you came over here to the trenches. You realize that, right? We didn't grasp the concept of that. That's like motherfuckers, look. You grew up with a gated fucking community, and you coming over here to the projects where we still knocking on the door asking for sugar. That's ass backwards. I remember watching that shit. Neither here nor there. But there's a conversation where they got them going in circles. Somebody could be in Atlanta or somewhere around like Atlanta area, because you know how everything got that like outskirts. Damn. Somebody. I'm sorry, not sorry. I hope I'm not telling on nobody, but somebody is so true with this shit, because it's like, they on my ass. They on my ass. So a motherfucker bust out and they don't purchase an atlas. And when you purchase the atlas, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you know your state, you know how to take the roads and get on out. But then it's like when it's time for you to cross over, you need the map to go ahead and like maneuver and see what routes, if you want to stay on the main highway, if you're going to take back roads. The new updated atlases, they do have like, if there's tolls and shit like that. That's why they tell you, depending on how far you're going, if you're going anything over 1,000 miles, you should always have like $400 cash on you whenever, because you're going to take the tolls and shit like that. So somebody could be traveling without like a phone, or without trying to use a regular GPS. Like, you got to go old school. So somebody going old school with how they got to travel right now, which ain't shit wrong with it. It doesn't keep you under the radar, but it's a better chance for you to stay under the radar. Again, y'all know when it comes to me channeling what the fuck y'all got going on, I'm super unbiased. I'm not on the side of somebody doing something bad, and I'm not on the side for anybody doing good. I'm neutral in this situation. It just depends on how you see it, okay? The choice is yours, okay? The choice is clearly yours. Everybody got, it's an option. But you know what I'm saying? If I had to be the preference, I would rather for it to go in a good way than anybody having to, you got to resort to that, you know what I'm saying? But however, welcome to America. Ain't shit going on unless there's some low down dirty shit going on. Yeah. Hey. But I ain't condoning it. I am not condoning it. Let me make that very, very fucking clear. I come in peace. But if you start some more bullshit, you're going to regret it. I give you my word. I am not the person you do that shit. You will regret it before you even fucking realize, like, what the fuck did I do? Some of you people are new because it's like, how does this work? Just don't be stupid and you're safe. But you do some stupid shit. Trust and believe me. You ain't got to never meet me. I ain't got to ever know you. Yeah, I just know you participating in some shit you ain't got no business. I do my best for discretion, but sometimes I don't. So you'll be stressed and depressed by the time you into this shit. So don't press it. Okay? We on a good mode right now because we trying to figure out somebody having a conversation with some motherfuckers and they walking around in a circle. And I ain't talking about that song, throw that ass in a circle. I'm talking about somebody is talking circles around some shit that they need to be saying directly. And it's getting to a point where I've been saying for a long time, shit, the real criminals are in the church. Y'all be thinking the motherfucking real criminals are in the street. They usually be the motherfuckers always trying to press a religion, a movement, or some other shit. But whoever the fuck this is, if it's a male minister, that motherfucker's getting shooed. I'm here, shoot fly, don't bother me. And bitch, you making me look guilty. Somebody gonna tell a minister or somebody that's a pastor, and it's like, don't come near me no more. If you got not gonna announce it or tell me that you coming near, or you need to talk to me, or it's like somebody even telling them like, you need to reach out to my personal assistant before trying to pull up on me or pop up on me and asking me for these type of favors, because whatever the fuck is going on, it's a need to know basis. And whatever this need to know basis, somebody don't realize what it is. Welcome. But whoever it is, it's like, somebody done pulled up and trying to say like, look, this is what we have to do next. And if we can just, it's like somebody that keeps scheming and scheming and scheming on top of fucking scheming. But it's like, it's to a point where, listen, stop the fucking scheming. Like at this point, it's just one of those, give them the rope. I'm waiting to go ahead and see. And you know how like if you put the rope over a certain thing, you're not paying attention to how sharp the edge is, and the rope is basically cutting its fucking self because of whatever the edge of the rock is. Somebody is doing some shit like that, and it's like, I want to pull you up. If your ass keep moving, you make one fucking wrong move, bitch, you done off the cliff. Somebody is literally at that point where it's just like, shit, just give their ass the rope. Because it's like, well, I got 4 more tricks up my sleeve and I can call this person as a favor. And it's like, it's literally to a point where it's like, you literally have 0 fucking favors left. Like, let this shit go. Somebody could be like a doctor, which I learned also whenever you go in and you got a court case or you're fighting like, I don't care if you're doing Social Security, Veterans Affairs, start asking for not only your certified copy of your medical records, certified copies of the recorded images. So make sure y'all get that. Let me put you on shit. If I find information, I ain't no motherfucking gatekeeper on some shit that's going to help people solve certain shit. I know ain't nobody ever helped me solve shit, and I don't really ever care about that because shit, when I leave, I did my due diligence. That's all that fucking really matters to me. Sip. Somebody likes to drink like I don't like the taste of alcohol, honestly. Like if you see me drinking, motherfucker, you must have did some shit to stress me the fuck out, and I'm about to fucking do the Three Stooges, poke in your motherfucking eye, karate chop you, open hand slap your ass all at the same time. I don't know how you do that, but I swear to God, you're gonna feel like you saw a real life octopus outside of water. But I don't even feel like, because it's like the acid, that the aftertaste. Ugh. Somebody could be drinking, or somebody could be offering somebody to go out to drink. What they used to call it, Martini Mondays or some shit like that. Somebody agreed to meet with someone, and whoever they agreeing to meet with, somebody just be prepared. Be prepared for a counter answer, but don't. There's a situation you got to handle in a particular way, because somebody's about to. Because somebody's trying to figure out, like, okay, for somebody, it's like after the fact, you know how, like, you participate in the bullshit, and then you realize, like, damn, why we even do that, why we participated or whatever, right? And this is even for a fucking lawyer. Is one lawyer on the other end where this motherfucker just they do not want to take the fall. But I'm here to tell you, the lawyer that really was on some fuck shit, listen here, play pretend shim behind closed doors, your ass is grass right along with your fucking female squad. All y'all motherfuckers going. But the ones that's trying to figure out that even though you might have went along with the scenario, for 5 of y'all about to get a key piece of information. And I highly recommend, I really hope you sitting down when you get this shit. I really hope you sitting down when you get it. Because I don't know if you are in another state or what. Because it's a federal case, because I'm getting crossing. Once you cross state lines, I don't care what you're doing. You could be doing the most minorest thing. Like, you know how I said where people be calling DCF CPS? Do you not know when your telephone number is not of that state, that county, or anything like that, and you got a number, like, say, motherfuckers live here in Florida, but they love to keep their numbers from New York, from Massachusetts, California, and shit like that. The moment you're calling from outside of a state or have an outside state number, that's why it comes. It's a tricky thing when it comes to laws. This is how the fuck you can get people locked up, whether you were innocent or guilty or not, and you can get more years added onto it. The moment your telephone number is saying that it's an outside place, even if you stayed in a residence for a year, 3 years, whatever, right? And depending on who the attorney is or the judge is, and a judge can be a stickler if they choose to. If they choose to, you can charge that person with a felony. Because off a technicality with that telephone number, you are off the rip. If they don't connect it and they're not doing a real deep investigation, you're calling from outside of state lines. So you called and made a DCF thing, or you called and made a police report or whatever, right? And then you end up saying, like, no, I'm not from, Alaska, I'm not from Missouri. I'm from Illinois. Motherfucker, you just cross technically in whatever kind of case you got going on, and you decide to go back to that other state. Now your case is going to federal, depending on how severe the charges is. It could be even a minor thing. You could have did grand theft. You could have just, lost certain shit. At that point in time, now you're going to be considered like that. That case could be considered a felony case. So now they could do a review on whatever it is that you're doing, and it could be considered federal. Some people don't know that. So you gotta be mindful. Should you calling from outside the country, and depending on what it is, and if it gets to a federal case and it goes to like you got something going on in the Supreme Court, let me let you know for fucking sure. And you call from overseas or from different states, they have a right to go ahead and look into your background to see if you had any other charges that could lead into certain felonies, or if you had warrants, or you had cases up to, I want to say 2 to 4 years. It's either 2 to 3 years, 2 to 4 years. 4 years, I feel like I'm pushing it, but I feel like it's like a 2 or 3 year window that they can go ahead and start charging your ass with certain shit. And then it's like, depending on what's going on with the system, if the prison is backed up, if the jail's backed up, if there's certain cases and stuff like that, that they can temporarily pin you. That's why when people go to jail, they can keep you in the jailhouse for so long. So like, if they know that they feeling out like you have stuff in other states and things like that, they can hold you in the regular jailhouse versus putting you in the regular jail or putting you in the prison, or hold you real long before you have a chance to have an actual trial or shit like that. That's why they are able to hold you for so fucking long, because they know that either you had something going on in another county, another state, or it was like you close to, if you know, they still underhanded or underlined it, still do the 3-strike rule, even though they don't really enforce it anymore like they used to in the 90s and early 2000s. Basically, if you got certain type of felonies, you are basically secretly underhanded, facing like the 3-strike rule. So which kind of like pivots certain cases in the favor of the prosecutor or the person who's like doing cross examines against you. So like, you had cases like, for me, like the one from 15 years old, no one could really use that shit. And if they tried to, basically any judge or person that opened that and they didn't get my consent or permission, and I wasn't notified about them opening up a sealed case, which also meaning they would have had to go to military people, like they would have to go to the Pentagon, or they would have to go to superior people over my file to go get that. But in order to do that, I would still have to be notified, like, hey, are you aware that somebody's opening up this, but also who I got investigated by, and I'm supposed to still get notified for that type of investigation. Which mine, when they did that, I was at Fort Jackson, so that's in South Carolina. So I would still have to get notified from the state or from any type of law official, judicial system from the state, from South Carolina, but from the military itself. So y'all got to know like certain rules and regulations and underhanded type of things that people try to use, because somebody is looking to use a type of situation against another person. Also, you're amused to a person, or somebody's amused or amazed or caught off guard by something. What is this? That was pure channel message, so I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm just giving y'all the messages as they fucking come. Ooh-wee. If there was something said under oath and people are recanting, the recanting type of situation is going right back to some people. Well, to the main people who were the source or the funders of this. But those who end up getting some money, because somebody could have either collected anywhere from $4,000 to like $15,000. I need y'all to be fully prepared for some motherfuckers calling and banging down y'all line and trying to harass y'all. Hopefully y'all use that money effectively, because if you didn't, they fit to go in. This is like having that type of money and you purchased a car, but you didn't purchase the car fully. Because you know how people tell you, just put down a down payment, then get the car and then have payments. Because either you're going to lease it, but if you lease it, you got to have good credit. If you ain't got good credit, then of course you're going to put down a down payment, which is not really necessary, because if you at least have half of what the car is worth, you'll still have some type of value to it, you know, the blue book value. But shit, it's smarter to go ahead and buy a car outright, because when you buy it outright, you will still have a chance to have the tax write-off, even though it depreciates. But even then, you know, with all the damn janky ass buy here, pay here, or certain car lots, if you keep the car in very good condition and still keep the warranties, like, motherfucker, you really ain't losing out shit. People just like to use particular words to sit there and fuck with the brain. I had realized that like 4 years ago, and it was just like, whatever, you know, whenever you just need something, it's like, man, fuck that money. Like, just give me what the fuck I need. It's like shit like that. But I mean, everyone's thinking is not the same thinking, all right? Somebody could drive some type of Lincoln vehicle. This is also another person. If it's a female, it's like, oh, well, teach me how to do the Vedic. It's like, motherfucker, you ain't gonna ever understand the Vedic if your ass don't even know how to understand fucking reading particular languages and shit. Somebody is like really... I feel like this person's about to expose a whole group. If y'all included a fucking female or somebody like last year and something, and they could be like a police officer, they could work for insurance or some shit like that, a church or some shit like that, and y'all included this fucking person last year, y'all fucked. I'm here to tell anybody that's currently watching me, you're fucked. Sounds personal, and they gonna be trying to like, for somebody the next 4 days, 4 hours, or in the next 4 days, this motherfucker gonna be trying to hide out. They ain't gonna try to answer their phone. They gonna be like, what? Well, you know, if this was a police officer, a female police officer, and she was covering up some shit for y'all, is the reason being why this person ain't answer the phone is because they on probation or suspension. It's like, but you supposed to get us off of this, and they're not able to do this shit. And they could have told you maybe about 4 weeks ago, 4 months ago, around April 15th, that they had something under control. They was under investigation at that time, and they didn't know that. Because there was an image or a video, or somebody sent in something like 3 weeks ago, 3 months ago, on this person where they met up with a person that they wasn't supposed to. And low key, they snitched on the other person, but they didn't snitch on like some other people in their group. This female police officer really snitched on some people within the group. That's why you got to be real fucking careful about who you doing business with. This is like, I'm telling you, somebody did some underhanded shit and they collab. This is like you collabing, like, say for instance, with Buddy, right? He had all that shit going on, but I was like, bro, like, you doing the worst shit, and you made the worst fucking business deal in your life. Like, how can I ever respect any fucking man? Like, if I'm sitting there, just know if I'm be like, yeah, look at them, they really cute, bitch. Just never mind. But basically, anyone that somebody could have been dating, and this person didn't realize that they went behind this person's back, and it's like 2 or 3 other females came behind another person's back and offered this person like a different type of contract, a different type of deal, or some money to hold over another person, swearing up and down that they was going to protect this person from, from a person or a group of people from a crime that they did from 2020 to 2024. And they promised, this person gave their word that they was going to do this. This person even stood in front of, if this was a cartel or mafia, this bitch swore up and down that she was going to do it, you know, knew how to do it or whatever. She lied. She collaborated with like 2 other fucking females. These could be females like of a mom group or something like that. You know how bitches be weird. Tomorrow I'm going to go join a mom group. Bitch, you don't know how to handle your mental. Never mind. That's neither here nor there, Rita. Don't do that. Don't you do that. You're right. But whoever it is, somebody could have either been dealing with some gays, some transsexuals, some other people that could be mothers, parents, or whatever. Somebody gonna find out a police officer is fucking on somebody's mama. This bitch fucking the fuck out of somebody's mama. So this is given like this female either likes to be dominated, either like to do BDSM or some shit like that. Like, this bitch is rough. She don't care. It's like she likes to peg men too. So like, this is a domineering type of fucking female. But whatever it is, she collaborated with some gay people or some people from a community, but it's given heavy LGBT community, whether they want to, you know, say it or not. This person collaborated with two other people that was already working against this person secretly, whether they knew it or not. And they could have been also working with another like crew. They could have been, one of these females is locked in with a crew. About two of them. But I don't feel like one of the crew, the other crews that this female fuck with, I don't feel like they know that this person is locked in with these other people, but they about to find out though. Okay. So out of the three, this one was paying people to pay attention to these two. It's only two of them paying to look into the other ones. But it's only one that's not paying somebody to look at the other ones. This also could be like some females that's into doing like they could have been the ones to like offer to their boyfriends or husbands that they wanted to do like orgy parties or some shit like that. Like these women were the ones that introduced it to the men. However, they're paying somebody to look into these men. Yo, what the fuck y'all got going on? I'm like a little bit bewildered. Whoa. This is the year of fucking people where, like, listen here, ladies, I'm not able to defend no fucking woman at this point, and I won't. Like, shit, if this is going to be a proven a point where some men are like misogynists, this is going to be a reason why. But also at the same time, you heal those who are willing to heal, and the motherfuckers that want to remain unhealed, that's the prerogative. I'm not here to change not one fucking person, but this behavior will be ground reasons. One video that I saw yesterday on TikTok that kind of threw me for a fucking loop was an officer in the web, the you know how they record or whatever. Basically, the officer said, and the boyfriend was pulling up and said, hey, yeah, she's going to jail. Like, is there something else, a reason? But basically, both homeboys left the house where their girlfriends was at the house, but they was at the pool eating each other out. And both of them was like, excuse me, what? They did what? It's like, yeah, and it was kids watching. It's like, I mean, it sees that, if they was just doing a thing and it just kept it, somewhere else more discreet, but it was more, I guess, like kids could have noticed or some shit like that. Broski almost had a heart attack. Wait a minute, she did what? She was doing what? Outside by the pool, like some shit like that. But whatever this is, these were some female that really just like, if they had a husband or a boyfriend or somebody that was these two other females is one for sure, but two other ones, these two right here, they like to get men to sleep with men. They got a thing for watching men go at it. They got a thing for that. That's why I be telling people, like, y'all gotta like get certain shit out of y'all fucking mind. If you out here fucking, don't be sitting here fucking and be like, oh, this is gross. Like, okay, then what you doing shit for? Like, that's the stupidest shit ever. These two pay for this man to get caught like that. It's like basically watching. If these women were making these men go to like parties or clubs and shit like that, they did that shit intentionally. And the intent was to see like what's they men flavor, what's the dude's flavors. Women are very notorious at faking it until you make it now. Ooh. Somebody got set up in the worst way. And this person knew, if this was a person from like a church group or some shit like that, she knew. about this person either doing some shit but with a person that either barely made it out of high school, was in high school. Because whoever this man is, he got a limit. He probably won't fuck with somebody at under 17. 16 is pushing it, 17. I know it sounds harsh, and a lot of people are like, what? Like, I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Shit, a lot of motherfuckers, if you knew, military men be fucking with little 16, 17-year-olds. So shit. Motherfuckers be like, oh, pause. Don't get all excited. The females, it's rare that you'll see a female that do some shit like that. You'll see more of the men on military bases because it's a rule on the military base. If they're 16, you must have the parents' consent. 17, so because they on their way to, they got to be like, I think it's like 4 or 6 months out from their 18th birthday or some shit like that. But it's more fucking military men that be fucking on these young ass girls, but they like them young because they can fucking manipulate them. That's it. And it'd be a lot of fucking pretty ass women in the military, and then you'll be like, damn, why the fuck they don't do it? It's their prerogative. Don't judge them. And shit, half of them be barebacking and bull riding more often than not, like to join other people's marriages. Pass it to me. Yeah, if it's your thing, let it be your thing. Yeah, but this person literally got recordings. And the other person is like concealing it for this person. This person is like aware of it, but they're not aware of everything. If there's a man, you better be careful because somebody gonna send some shit that they know is your fucking type. It's a trap. It's a trap. It's a trap. Oh, they coming. Somebody could be in a political stance too. Oh shit. Whoever the person in the political, I'm telling you, somebody told somebody no. These are motherfuckers that don't like to be told no. Somebody said no. Somebody did say no. Somebody gonna feel like you. No means no. I don't give a fuck if a person is drunk. Don't take advantage because they drinking. Because it's like, you know how like you can handle your liquor or whatever, and you be like, nah, I'm good, yo. Like chill. Like, but I'ma still like this is if this is it don't matter the gender. Just choose whatever the fuck crowd you in or whatever, right? And I'm just clearly hearing somebody is like saying I'm good, right? And this will be a person that'll pin a person up the wall and try to do fellatio or sodomize a person. Something that they taking advantage of somebody being under the influence. You can be under, drugs. It could be drugs and alcohol. It's gonna be to a point where somebody gonna be dead, stripped down to their drawers. What kind of drugs is you taking that's gonna make you? It's like it's gonna make a person pass out, but you come back too. But it's like you strip down to your drawers. But it's like somebody in the house could be either an older person or somebody young. This is even somebody that could have a case going. Pied Piper. These could be strippers, escorts. These also could be some escorts or some strippers that be flipping young girls. Like, you know how like you get them girls that's like in 18 or in college and shit like that, and they be still hanging out with the girls from high school or them runaways from like foster care and shit like that, or in group homes. And somebody is like taking advantage of the fact that these girls are trusting them. And these are, like I said, these women could be in their 20s. Some of them, some of them could be up to 40. And it's like they making whatever it is that they doing seem like glamorous or whatever. That's fucked up. This is like getting them drunk and then getting them to sleep with old men. So if they are in like their young teens, 20s or something like that, give or take, I want to say some of these people are not like the oldest person that would be in that room would be between like 34, 37, 40, pushing it. That person is 40, they look young as fuck in their face. They look young as fuck in their face. Or they just like they look young as fuck and they got a nice ass body. Both genders. For some of them that's gonna save them, they're gonna be on a period. But for somebody, it's gonna be one person that's gonna violate. They're gonna be like, fuck that. And it's an older man. This motherfucker in his 60s. I give you $300. I could break down how that shit happened because I had that happen to me. But the only thing was, except for the one time last year, it was like I remember just going in and out of it. But the time before that, because it's like I remember, like when you ain't drink for a long ass time, it's kind of hard to do it because you're meant to like build a tolerance. When you build a particular tolerance, that's why I tell people you got to come with, body positivity. Like, shit, one thing for sure, like my weight, whenever I gain weight, shit, it works to my benefit because just in case that they do poison me or anything like that, the weight distribution versus the drug, um, contributed or outputted, your body will be able to absorb it and you could still be in a conscious state of mind of figuring out your awareness or trying to, do your best to figure out who was there, who was around, or when you need to get out of Dodge type of shit, right? But this is like, I don't even want to talk about that because it's like shit, you don't have to have sex, but you could do oral. That's what they're being told. Somebody entered a dangerous game. Or didn't realize what they did when they made a decision to overlook a situation that's going to cause it to fall on them. Because somebody is attempting to call a favor. If somebody is of Cuban descent, they're going to tell their ass no. But they're going to know exactly who did it. This is like certain people don't understand. One thing about Cuba, Cuba be knowing who they people is that practice, IFA and shit like that. They know who do it. Like family bloodline. Because especially when they tell you once you leave, ain't no coming back. Like basically being exiled or those families that left around that time where they was letting people go ahead and leave, but they wasn't letting you come back. Cuba got a list of people, especially if they were folks or families that were born from like 1940 to like 1983. They had a list of motherfuckers. And by the 70s and 80s, they knew exactly who were the family practitioners and bloodlines that would practice the hoodoo and voodoo and stuff like that. They knew exactly who did, who did what. They knew. So that's why, like, if certain practices did occur and like certain storms and stuff like that, and like if it got too big because it's being like a secret, need to know type of information that something ends up ever occurring there, they'll know what family did what. They'll know what family and people or group of people who they belong to that did something, and they would assassinate them people for real, for real. Cuba, for one country for sure that I'm 100% certain of that do that, is Cuba. So, once they find out, yeah, you gonna get that blackout. And trust and believe me, they got their trusties. You ain't gonna figure out who they is though. Trust and believe me, you will not know who the fuck they is when it's time for them to get ready to do what they need to do, and they know you fucked over and did some shit. You ain't gonna know them. Unless you really with rank, oh, you gonna know them. But if you ain't got no rank or you don't really hold no weight, you will not. Shit, I don't give a fuck if you sent the FBI, CIA to figure that shit out. You are not gonna know, but they gonna know, and they gonna handle that shit accordingly. So somebody is at a loss for words. On why somebody's not bothered by something. Natural events. So somebody know they're gonna have to fall back because the influx on certain affairs, governmental affairs or federal or state affairs that got to be tended to. Somebody likes to drink Voss water. Something's gonna feel like it's a disaster. There is someone attempted to talk to someone about the strategy team or a strategy. They could be talking to a lead. The lead person could be in this business for the last 43, 65 years. Between 43 and 65 years. That this person who they going to get this consult from. They've been in this business from anywhere from the last 43 to 65 years. Mathematician, calculus. Somebody literally is digging into the archives to do an exact guesstimation. So this could be someone part of the Aries. Who was the Aries messenger? Daffodil? Daffodil? So that will be Hermetic, Roman. So someone will be of Catholic descent. New start of the season. That would be like the Philippines, Taiwan, Korea, because it's not China. China will do theirs January, February. The other ones will do March, April. That will be Taiwan, Philippines, Guam, Croatia. So Russia, that stayed watch for the last 8 months. For the last 8 to 11 months. So somebody of those places that I just mentioned. That will be March, April, May. So that means someone received the call between 3:45 to be precise, 11 a.m. and then they'll receive one around 7 p.m. So that means 7 p.m. to midnight. There's a conversation, and then something is supposed to take place at 3:45 a.m. So that means the market dip will be 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. If not, and it's going too slow, it'll be the 7 minute mark. That is easy to fucking to the precision whenever it comes to the stocks and the markets before it plummet. So I have someone that's a stockbroker, private equity that watching as well. Stock key. So somebody works for Lockheed, so the airline, airport. So this is perfect opportunity for an airstrike. Mm. There's another plan for a situation. So somebody works for the strategy team for sure, or somebody literally still trying to strategize something, and is counter effective, but it's not effective to a point where it's beneficial at all. So someone in the judicial system, somebody could be mad. It's like, like somebody's pouting. They're mad. Like, what the fuck are you mad? Somebody's name could be Madeline or Madison, or this could be on Madison Avenue Square or something like that. Somebody staying near Madison Square Avenue. So somebody could be from New York City too. That's New York City, that's London. So that's like on the major time clocks. World trade. So foreign, so world trade. So this is Wall Street. So financial department, Department of Treasury, or somebody could be chairman to the Treasury Department, or someone works in a bank. Of those categories. It's like someone being paid to do some stupid shit. Like, stop it already. I don't like this information because I know what's meant to be fucking confidential and not. Like, It could be open to the public, but then it's like if you open certain shit to the public, you already looking for an early stance for people to go ahead and rebel. And right now, shit, if motherfuckers ain't getting a paycheck, a lot of motherfuckers don't have to show up to work. So if the captain command sit there trying to threaten or use intimidation towards them in a police station or anything like that, it just means the people that stay, committed to the essential jobs, they only have a right to say you're on suspension. You don't have zero access to using our computers or resources. Simple fucking solution. You give a fuck if they work for the sheriff department, police department, or anything. They say they ain't coming to work, they ain't showing up, or they picking and choosing, or they want to come in fucking late, and you got a set schedule, especially for state matters, not military, because shit, military, they're not gonna play that shit. But on a state fucking level, shit, cut their ass off from certain resources and connections and meetings. Simple. Fuck. And if they're still using that, then once they get done with this, because they're almost done with it, then at the end of the fucking day, because all the people that are on Social Security and everything else, you're still going to get your fucking paycheck. Now, the other motherfuckers with the snaps, okay, it just looks like you just ain't going to get that. Now, TANF and things like that, you'll still have that. But fucking food, I've been told y'all, I gave that fucking prophecy like 2 years ago. But it's for a sole fucking purpose where people are still taking advantage of certain shit and then you still using the benefit of it. What the fuck else you think they were going to do? Because right now, all resources is going to be needed because there is a threat to the states. But it's national security because somebody keep allowing some motherfuckers to keep doing fuck shit. How many times am I going to keep telling you that shit? I know shit fucking with me as a little fucking person, motherfucker, we're going to jeopardize a lot of shit. And then on top of that is shit, if these motherfuckers are informing and they're double agents for Russia, Russia's going to seem like, we could cut ties and all we got to do is just come get this fucking person. Korea could be looking at it. Japan could be looking at it. China could be looking at it. And it's like, shit, the only thing we really need to do is just go confiscate that fucking person and move them out of here. So regardless, if you ain't going to be checking anybody else and you ain't doing the fucking thorough job when it comes to immigration and you sitting here trying to set other fucking shit, everybody ain't going to sit there and try to wait for the paper shit. I'd rather go ahead and turn myself in my country, come in and come get my ass and be like, come on, let's go ahead and do that. Oh shit, you already been in the States. You've been in the military before. You are a source and asset to us. Shit, is it? Like somebody was not like banking on none of that shit. It doesn't make you treason. It don't make you nothing. But shit, if everybody else is going to be willing to take care of other people and do certain things of comfort, but also considering that there's already ploys set in certain places, I'm fully aware of the ploys and the plan and when they ready to attack. I saw that shit clear as day, but shit, I guess I'm supposed to be proud to be American. Well, at least I can't say at least I know we free, because bitch, this ain't freedom. This is attack. I feel attacked. I feel suppressed. Okay? I feel fucking suppressed. This is not a freedom to my motherfucking constitutional rights. Fucking dog got more freedom than I do. Somebody's like, could you? I mean, I could, but technically it's not meant for fucking YouTube. But you keep giving access and resources to these little dumb fucks to sit there and stalk someone's social media and things like that. And someone feels like they're going to take this same shit and go put it back on Patreon. And then they calling you and you calling them and trying to figure out what the fuck is next. And now somebody over the last fucking 7 weeks or 10 weeks for somebody over the last 7 to 10 months, your prophecy's been off a little bit lately, huh? No, they just told you how to manipulate certain shit, but they didn't tell your ass what's going to come behind it. It's one of those, read everything, but just don't read the fine print. However, if you don't pay attention to this, you wanted to hear what you wanted to hear, not what the fuck you needed to hear. Somebody was sitting there doing readings, telling people what they wanted to hear, not what the fuck they needed to hear. And now this needed to hear is here right the fuck now. And anybody that paid whoever these 6 to 13 fucking readers y'all been so super codependent on, you're about to be fucked over. They're going to try to escape out of this shit. I'm getting people changing their telephone numbers or trying to change the little apps or shit like that. They LinkedIn or Linktree or whatever the fuck. They going to make sure that y'all can't get access to them. But shit, they entrusted with me with their energy. So why the fuck did they trust us anyway? Shit, they was the one that put us on to sit here and said that we could do it this way. Now you got this stupid ass motherfuckers going on there changing their handles, talk about I'm part of group 7. Bitch, you ain't part of no fucking group but the fucking illiterate group in the back of the fucking school bus of the small bus. And that's where the wheelchairs go. It's like idiots. Transformation. There's repercussions and consequences for somebody giving a fucking prediction or a prophecy. Quote, so they say that they got it, and it's like, well, I got it. Now it's someone, well, I got it from this person's page. But hold on, I thought you said before that you didn't. Somebody wants to shift the blame, but if they shift the blame on whoever the fuck they got the actual information from, it still makes somebody guilty. Somebody's in a lose-lose situation. Somebody's definitely in a fucking lose-lose situation. The only thing that would have benefited them if they were actually friends or cool with the person or that group was, and they're not willing to do that. These fucking people are in ego and pride. They're fucked either way. Somebody knows it too. It's like, will they? It's like, shit, will they? I can't make none of this shit up. The crime is going to be seen because somebody keeps doing something else. It's like, well, shit, if they're not going to help me, I'm going to do something else. There's somebody that's going to catch it on camera. If y'all got a different private eye or some shit like that, hopefully that motherfucker doing their job and not fucking these people this time. They're actually doing their job. You're going to catch, somebody going to catch a person dead in the fucking act or dead when they get ready to do some shit and be like, oh, it was this motherfucker that got us like this. Y'all about to see. Where somebody, there's another, it's like 2 other people or 1 other person where it's like, all right, I can see, you know, where the situation can go where you can give it a benefit of doubt. This other motherfucker, if it's females, it's sketchy, bro. If it's a tambourine player, it's super sketchy. It's super sketchy, bro. No bullshit. No bullshit. Right now, we're at a state, man, circling around a situation and not shooting straight to it is what's about to fuck a situation over. Somebody do some rituals or something like that. I highly suggest this is not a ritual to do against a person. You should be wanting it to work for you. Don't do shit against it and you're not in the pure energy for it. Pure euphoria. This is euphoric. Hold on. I'll be back.